pussy ass bitch.
Whoa. Whoa.
Who was that?
I don't know, but they're gone now.
Somebody with Tourette's?
Most
I'm gonna
likely.
sip my tea casually.
Hooligan.
Yes, a hooligan.
Oh yeah, reminder to co-host, please.
We invited the hooligans in, didn't we? We did it.
Saw that hair.
Did you guys drive away a hooligan already? Good for you.
Am I co-host?
You are.
Here's today's God Call with Reverend Bill.
Life is much like a moving, living, breathing, three-dimensional stained glass window. All of the activity, all of the interactions, all of the events that are happening are that beautiful design. And behind it, within it, through it, is that bright light of divine love. A stained glass window without a light behind it is really not that impressive. And in the same way that the light brings life to the stained glass, so too does that bright light of God's love bring richness and goodness into our lives.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you, oh thank you. I'm so grateful, oh so grateful. Thank you, oh thank you. I'm so grateful, so grateful. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you, Ginger Coyle, zooming in for us from South Dakota. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. And it's another opportunity to connect together on Zoom. I'm looking to the best of my knowledge, everybody is in the continental United States today, but we are not limited by that whatsoever. Multiple time zones. I know we got 4 of them covered already. And this is just an opportunity for love to unfold. So, you know the rules for Zoom. God knows we've been doing this long enough. And by the way, we're looking for a place where we can start doing hybrid celebrations. So every couple of weeks, we're going to be together in person as soon as that perfect place reveals itself. If you happen to know something that's within driving distance of Center City, Philadelphia, do by all means reach out and let me know. In the meantime, we follow the Zoom rules, which is where you stay muted except when you're sharing, or if there's an opportunity to make a loud noise to celebrate. So go ahead and do that right now and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
My summertime starts right now.
My summertime
Summertime starts right now.
Love is at hand.
Love
is at hand.
And so it is.
So it
So it
is.
All right, you guys go ahead and work your mute button one more time, and I'll remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you through our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. And welcome. We believe that there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us. And then we each create our own experience using that same power, love, intelligence, or force. It's all done according to our beliefs. Or as we like to say around here, your new life begins with a new thought. And I spoke too soon. There's Europe joining us in the person of Patrick. That's awesome. So if you have a cell phone, I am not surprised. If you don't need to take a call for some reason in the next hour or so, go ahead and set it to shush so that we don't get disturbed while we are having this wonderful celebration. And I will remind you that this is the 5th Sunday of the month. So what that means is that we get to 4 times a year, roughly, we get to do a healing celebration and remind ourselves the healing is the revealing of the truth. And so we're going to spend the next hour and some diving into the truth of that experience. So we've got a candle lighting ritual that we're going to be doing as we go along. If you have a candle nearby that you can use as your local candle, that will be great. If not, you can already see that there's the Healing Celebration Candle Cam, where we will light some candles on your behalf to make sure that that's going to work for you. And this is also the first time that we have had the entire practitioner corps involved in this. In addition to me, we've got Breen Rourke and Joe Catanzaro, RSCP, and our practitioners in training, Carolyn Nixon and Jesus Baez. This is going to be a whole wonderful thing going on. I'm Reverend Bill Marcioni. Our music today is by the illustrious Ginger Coyle. And we're going to begin our celebration the way we begin everything, with a practical prayer. And here is Jesus Baez to lead us in that.
Thank you, Rev. Let's settle into that goodness, getting comfortable with ourselves, that big I as within. And as I speak these words of truth, knowing that it's only one, the one power, the one source that shared itself with each one of us. And as I speak the symbols of the fire, the oil, the wind, the dove, and the water, that fire expressing itself through the talk, purifying our souls and minds, the stillness of spirit that unite each one of us, that water that coming through the music, sharing itself with the cleanness of spirit within each one of us. That oil coming through the reading, anointing our beings with that clarity, that wind, the air coming through each one of us, through the flames of faith, guiding us, directing us through that divine order that is up in us right now, in here. And that dove coming through us, through that reading, with that peace that surpasses all understanding, that human understanding. Peace of God that's within each one of us right here, right now. And as we put our cares upon him, upon her, upon God, upon Goddess, that is in us right now, sharing the goodness, the joy of God, which is our strength. And this day of healing, that truth to be revealed right now, right here, through the community, through each one of us, because each one of us bringing that light that shines all through this Zoom meeting right now. I am so thankful for this one that expresses itself through me, as me, in me, that infinite mind where we live and move and have our being. I know today is God's day. So I'm gonna rejoice and be glad in it. In this moment, right here, right now, our eyes, our being, each one of us, when we see and we see each other, that's the one expressing itself. We don't need a lot of words. All we need is that presence that saturate this Zoom meeting with love, joy, peace, power, beauty, unity, wisdom, that infinite mind where we are immersed and we draw from this mind all that we are. I'm so grateful and thankful for this celebration where we come together in unity and one, aligning ourselves always with the one. And I claim this truth, this goodness for each one of us here with an attitude of gratitude, with thanksgiving in my heart, each cell vibrating with goodness and joy. I release my word to the law of mind that always say yes. And once again, it say yes. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. So, of course, the reason we do a prayer is not as a petition to God to hope that perhaps it will be granted. The reason that we do a practical prayer is to get a result. So who would like to share the result of a practical prayer that you've been working on? Breen Rourke.
Thank you. Real quickly, the other night took the dogs out and I left the house and it was dark and I realized I usually take a little flashlight. We got two dogs, a big dog and a little dog. Every night I take them out around 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10 for the last night. And I didn't have a flashlight and it was really dark. And I actually said a practical prayer that when they did their business, I would be able to see it and be able to pick it up. And Jack, God bless him, pooped right under a street light, right next to a trash can. I was like, here works.
Thank you. Christine Joy is next. Top that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is great, Breen. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, prayer is definitely working in my life. Taking the No Mud, No Lotus course, which has impacted my prayers, along with praying with other people. And yesterday, my loved one woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and with good reason, because his father fought in World War II. And stormed Normandy Beach as part of the Big Red One and came back. He's no longer with us, so it rattles him. And I said a prayer just to pivot to love, And I got in the car and I drove towards the dollar store, and I was getting stuff for Memorial Day barbecue. And then all of a sudden, I decided to have a pop-up birthday. It came to me, just have a pop-up birthday party for Liam with the kids in the neighborhood. Because we were feeling bad about that too, because we didn't make plans because it's Memorial Weekend. So we all experienced such amazing joy. And it was a unexpected, delightful surprise that even I didn't know what was happening when I went. And yeah, so prayer is amazing.
Thank you, Christine. We have some announcements now. Sandy's going to bring to us. Got to unmute, and then we're good to go.
Give me a minute. I was unprepared. Let's see. Okay. This memorable information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. Twice a day, we have a community check-in and meditation on Zoom. Everyone's welcome. They're inspiring and fun and quick, less than 15 minutes start to finish. We're going to meet in person. The spiritual practices class on Tuesday evenings this summer will be hybrid, with students able to be on Zoom or in person at Exhale Massage and Yoga near the Narberth train station. It runs from June 14th to August 23rd and is a great way to bring more spiritual awareness to this warm and bright time of year. Register now. Join Reverend Bill and the amazing Amy Steinberg for an interactive musical experience with the 5 steps of practical prayer on Thursday, June 9th from 7 to 8 p.m. Anyone familiar with spiritual mind treatment or practical prayer is welcome. Join us on 10 Wednesday evenings beginning June 22nd for the Peace Education Program developed by Prem Rawat. It's a relaxing, uplifting summer evening course to remind you each week to turn within to celebrate the resources you already have. Details to follow. Episode 51 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer Podcast is Cause and Effect. It's on Apple, Google, Spotify, or Stitcher. You can watch the live stream of the recording session on Monday at 1 on Facebook and YouTube. Follow our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and join the 976 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets on Zoom every Monday at 6:30 p.m. You can contact me for information. The Women's Circle meets on Zoom on the 4th Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. You can contact me and I'll put my information in the chat. The Spring Unexpected Income Club ends tomorrow. Please send in your stories and tithes so we can total up and see how much wealth we've attracted. We are grateful for your tax-deductible donations by PayPal, check, Venmo, Cash App, and now Zelle. Thank you to the production team and presenters who make our Zoom celebrations work and have fun doing it. There's a short technical rehearsal before the celebration on Sunday. To join the team, contact Carla Ann. Next week is online with guest speaker Bhante Wimala, a Buddhist monk doing spiritual and humanitarian work all over the world. He'll share the experience of 19 months alone at the retreat center in Prague during the lockdown. Live original music by Deb Chamberlain. Rev Bill and the practitioners offer professional spiritual coaching and practical prayer by appointment. After the celebration, practitioners in training, Carolyn and Jesus, will be available for a quick miracle in a minute prayer at no charge, and we'll leave the Zoom meeting open for people to talk after the celebration.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. So when we meet in person, we love to do in this next song to go around hugging each other. And before the song, we do a blessing for our second-time visitors with a special gift, and also have a blessing for our first-time visitors. So if there's anybody who's here for the first time, if you'd like to just wave your hand so we can identify you and include you. Is it Alyssa or Eliza?
Elisa,
Elisa, where are you zooming in from?
from Silver Spring, Maryland, near DC.
Nice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I also see that Dana Felt is here. Now, Dana Felt is not here for the first time, but it's the first time in quite some time. Dana's daughter was actually one of the 3 teens in my original teen group way back in, I don't know, 1807, when I started doing that. She's now a PhD. But Dana, it is welcome back. So you can just accept this one as well. Alyssa, you too. And the rest of us are going to rub our hands together. You guys just receive, going to get some warmth, feel the love, send out. Recognizing that you are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that love and shining your light with us today. And welcome home. So to do this next song, Ginger's going to sing for us, and go into gallery view and go ahead and make eye contact with the other people who are in the group, just understanding that the eyes you're looking into and the eyes you're looking with are the eyes of God. Did something happen to Ginger? Something happened to Ginger. Unless Ginger is holding still remarkably well, something happened to Ginger. Oh, there went Ginger. So let us continue along, and we will gaze lovingly into each other's eyes at a later portion in the program, and we will continue now with the Flames of Faith, with which Dina is going to light for us.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. Happy Memorial Day. Do we have a flame cam?
You start reading, we'll catch up with you.
Okay. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call Spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
And into the healing candle, we also put all those who have given their lives to protect our country, all those who are grieving loss in Uvalde and other places in the country. And we invite that light to fill experience even more fully. And so it is. The reading today is from Science of Mind magazine, and it's going to be shared with us by Carla Ann.
Good morning, everybody. Our reading today is from Science of Mind, May 2022, page 57, and it's called Healing Balm. True forgiveness is when you can say thank you for that experience. And Oprah Winfrey said that. I forgive all and I am forgiven. I forgive all and am forgiven of all by all. Nothing remains in my being but love. And that was Ernest Holmes from Science of Mind, page 261. I reside in peace, love, and acceptance when I truly forgive. I gift this forgiveness to myself when I do something I deem unacceptable. I gift it to each person I feel has wronged me and to people I don't know who cause harm. I am generous with my forgiveness, even if the other person can't get there. I can't always arrive at forgiveness, but when I do, I know I'm freeing myself. I let go of judgment, my oh so strong opinions, and sink into the feelings of compassion and unconditional love and understanding. I release these feelings of tightness and inner war that can deeply affect my body and my inner peace. I pray for myself to practice revolutionary love, where I'm open to listening and wondering about those who are a mystery to me because we disagree. This is a deep, worthwhile spiritual work. It is often said that we forgive ourselves, not the other person, and that we don't have to condone or excuse what has been done. I've heard this time and time again, and it helps me have mercy and release condemnation. Our affirmation for today: I am grateful to be able to truly forgive myself and others. In that forgiveness, I bask in the balm of radical healing. And so it is.
We're going to do Amazing Grace with an Om chant in between the verses. So if you just take a deep breath, you can tap into those long breaths with me. Om. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved and set me free. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Om. taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace hath brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved and set me free. I once was lost, and now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. That was great. I've missed you. Glad to see you here. So welcome everyone to
Guys, thanks for having me again.
welcome to our 5th Sunday healing ceremony. Breen's prayer story reminded me, or made me think, that this is kind of like the Marie Kondo celebration. It's the tidying up. I often think of the healing celebration as we get a chance to tidy up all the stuff that gets disturbed or raised with the human part of our beings. If you think of it as we're spiritual beings having a human experience, we're impacted by that human part of the experience. So this is the time to kind of clear away all the human stuff and come back to our true essence. So it's tidying up, if you will. As I think Reverend Bill already mentioned, healing is the revealing of the truth. And that refers to the truth of who we really are, that spiritual being having that human experience. So we can get started with this process by thinking about the 4 questions from Robert D. McDonald. Are you happy with your life the way it is now? What would you like? If yes, you're done. You're out of here. You've already done the tidying up. You're done. If not, we can think about, well, what would you like to have instead? How would you know that you have it? And what's stopping you from having it now? So think about it. It gives us a chance to identify what is it that we want to release and let go of, and what is it that we want to bring into our lives. So we can start to think about that. Many times it's helpful to release. I know in my own life, it's been instructive to release resistance and fear and make room for acceptance and love, because that opens the channel so that you can receive more of that good. So that's one way to get to this process. And there are also the things that sort of stop us from having the good in our lives. When you're too full of, or too focused and grasping too much onto some of those other things, you don't have the capacity or the room in your consciousness to open up to greater good, because there's infinite possibilities. There's always good out there. It's available to us, but we have to be able to accept it. You know, when the car's packed full for that Memorial Day weekend trip, you can't put anything else in there. If you want to come home with some new stuff, you're going to have to get rid of some of the old stuff to pack it into the car. So it's a way of releasing what's no longer needed and allowing, giving ourselves the ability to open to the good. I sometimes think of it as, or use the prayer of St. Francis as a way to prepare for this. To be understood more than to understand, to be loved more than to love, to give more than you receive. Because when you release and when you die to, it's in dying that we're reborn into eternal life. And that gives you, when we release all that other stuff, we open up to receiving more. It's just a way of reframing what's going on so that we can open up to the healing and the good. I'm open to comments. I'm open to, has anybody's been through any of this or has any experiences they'd like to share? That would be great to hear. If you can put your hand up, or let me see if I can get back to gallery view and see everybody. Okay. So to get started with the whole process, Breen is going to lead us in a candle lighting ceremony, and we'll do some meditation after that. And as Breen will remind us, there is no magic or power in the candles, but they give us a focal point. They give us something to connect with, to represent the infinite possibilities that are available to us. So I'm going to turn this over to Breen.
Thank you, Joe. What a beautiful, beautiful celebration so far today. As Joe mentioned, I'm going to lead us into a bit of a meditative practice. And then we're going to follow that up by lighting a candle. We've got the Healing Celebration Candle Cam, as you can see, that happens to be in the corner of my room. And after the meditation, I will be lighting candles. And you can pick a candle that I light there to be your candle, or if you have a candle at home or wherever you are with you, you can light that candle. And again, as Joe said, the candle itself is no power, it's no magic, but it is a symbol of setting an intention for some healing that you want to have in your life. And, you know, as we say, the healing is revealing of the truth. And every fifth Sunday, we do this healing service. So maybe there's a new experience you want to have in your life. Maybe there's something you want to let go of in order to have that new experience. So we'll invite that in the meditation practice. We'll have a few minutes of silence. We'll come out of the silence. I will start lighting the candles, and Ginger will sing a song for us. And you'll know when that's happening because it will be happening. So right now, I just invite you to settle in wherever you are. Just get comfortable. I like to sit with my back straight, my feet flat on the floor, and my hands palms up in my lap. Helps me feel relaxed and grounded, and also I can stay awake. Just be here now in this moment. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath, breathing in fully. Exhale with a sigh. And just feel yourself relax. One more deep breath in. Hold for a moment. And exhale. And feel that tension just wash away. Feel your body relax. And close your eyes or allow them to go to a soft focus. And just be in this moment. Perhaps there's some experience of life that you'd rather be having than one you're having now. Maybe it's in the realm of a physical, your body, how you're feeling, your health. Maybe it's in a relationships, family, friends, significant other, co-workers, your neighbor. Maybe there's a different experience you want to have there. Maybe it's in your finances. Maybe you want to have a different experience of the flow of prosperity in your life. Maybe it's in how you express yourself in the world. What you have to give. Maybe it's in your experience of spirit, your spiritual practice, your awareness, a shift, a deepening. Wherever in your life you'd like to have a different experience, you can. You can choose to let go of what doesn't serve and open to what might serve you better. What intention do you want to set for that new experience in your life? How do you want the infinite good of the universe to express through you now? Claim it. Own it. Know that this is yours. As we go into the silence, allow that new idea, that inspiration to fill you, to lead you, to guide you into that greater expression of God in your life. this good is at hand now. I invite you now to light a candle to signify your intention to welcome that good into your life, or use one of the candles that I'm gonna light. Oh, Ginger brings us another beautiful song.
I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you so much. Ho'opono, ponopono. So simple. So simple, and yet it applies in so many, many, many different ways in our lives. I love you. Open ourselves to love. I'm sorry. Release whatever has happened in the past. Forgive me. Invite that transformation of letting go of energy from outside, from the external. And thank you. That statement of gratitude. So in ways that are small and profound, whatever it is to you, open to that, open to whatever that means in your life as this idea that you've set a candle to, whatever that new experience is that we're inviting in. I love you. I love you. I don't have it yet, so I'm sorry. I might have gotten in the way. Forgive me. And yet I know this good is coming into being now. Thank you. As we open ourselves up to that infinite creative power, that one that creates everything, that shares itself through and as and in all of its creation, that one divine power and presence that is everything, everyone, everywhere. It is that divine presence that is revealing itself through every facet and area of our lives, right here and right now. The divine presence is at hand. That infinite power, ever ready to create something new and wonderful for and through and as each of us, because each of us is an individualization of that one. We are that divine presence taking unique and personal and particular form, formed right here and right now in a way that is uniquely us, a completely original way that the infinite shares itself to bring newness into the world. So from this perspective of our unique position, I invite the good. Whatever good we're lighting a candle to, whatever intention we are setting, I invite the good for each of us individually and for all of us together. And I turn away from anything that is not like that good, anything that has seemed to stand in the way, anything that seems to have been holding off that good from coming into being. I know that it is even now dissolving and being removed so that this good, this divine power can flow more fully into experience. The love is at hand now. The light is shining. The good is unfolding, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the wonderful ways that it's showing up for each of us. I'm grateful for the rich variety of ways that it's showing up for all of us. I'm grateful for the healing, which is the revealing of the truth that there is only love. There is only this light, and it is always shining. And so with gratitude for this good, with a deep feeling of thanks, I speak this word and I release it into that creative law. That creative law that has always said yes. That creative law that has created everything. I now know it's creating this. This good is unfolding now. And so I let it be. I let it be. And I release this word into that creative law. And I know without any question whatsoever that it is so. And so it is. Take another deep, full breath in. Bring your awareness back to your body, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Ginger's going to do another song for us.
There was a time in my life that I had to do it all myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you're feeling discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you just gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Ginger. So here we are, planting seeds and lighting candles and inviting in something new, something wonderful. And something has come up for you, something that you'd like to give voice to in front of this supportive and loving group. Go ahead and wave your hand and be able to share that wisdom that you've got. Jesus, that's quite a candle you have. It's interesting to see the way that the transformation comes about, because we sit here and we say, well, I understand the principle, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the prayer, say the affirmation, do my spiritual practice. And then suddenly, just by coincidence, something changes, something happens, something unfolds. And it's sometimes not until way long afterward that we realize, oh, I was praying for that. I was praying for that today. So I've taken to the practice in the last couple of weeks of the Unexpected Income Club to get back to my fundamentals, because I do a prosperity practice and a prosperity prayer every day, but I actually started reading out loud the prayer that's part of the commitment. And people keep on showing up and wanting to do more work with me. And the prosperity stuff is just showing up because it works. So that's what's coming up for me. Ginger, you got your digital hand up.
Yes. I guess I have a lot of gratitude because the last time I was with you guys was January 23rd. And we were just really going about sound check and praying in before service even started. And Sandy had asked me how I was doing in South Dakota. We were kind of just, morning chatting, and everything was great. I told her, but she asked me, so how's the community? And I froze for a second, and I look at Peter across the room, and we just kind of had, we really hadn't been in it too much. And regretfully so, I kind of felt a little bit ashamed that I had been gone for 2 years and, COVID and everything. But in South Dakota, it's very different. And I really don't have much of an excuse. So during the service in the meditation, my focus, because Sandy actually brought it to my attention, was I set intentions for community. I set whatever that meant for me and the highest and best within the community. And not even, my birthday's February 3rd. I ended up going to one of the springs downtown that I had never been to without children because they don't allow, it's the fancy one. And I'm sitting in, 100-degree spring on a snowy day, and next to me was probably, if we had a new thought here, she would be a part of it. She was a part of the town, moved here from Denver, and she was the key that I met a week later. And she unlocked this whole world for me of like-minded people in the town. And we created an Earth Day celebration together. I've finally started to connect with people who resonate with my soul here. And I just want to, I have gratitude for Sandy asking me that morning, and kind of like it was a little bit of a soul slap that I needed, because I was, yearning for that community, and I hadn't really set that intention yet. So thank you, for the inspiration to open myself to receiving people where I'm at, because they were just waiting for somebody like me, and for Peter, and my children as well have made all these really positive connections. So thanks for bringing it up, and having a service that day that held space for that, because my life has changed exponentially since then. With gratitude.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful, Ginger. Yeah. That's the power of the 4 questions. Am I happy with the experience of life that I'm having now? It's like, nah, I'd rather have some community. That's the second question. Once you answer that, what's keeping me from, how will I know that I have it? Well, because there'll be people around to talk to about things that you can't talk to about other things.
Yeah.
What's keeping me from having it? Well, it's like, yeah, sitting in the hot springs. And in hindsight, if there's a place in your town where you're going to find people who think the way that the people in this group think, it's going to be sitting in the hot springs.
Yeah, totally.
It's going to be sitting in the hot springs downtown. Beautiful story. Thank you, Ginger.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? Something that's come up for you for today you'd like to give voice to? All right. Then we're going to invite Sandy to lead us in our offering.
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We don't have a basket, but we have a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. We're grateful for every way you share. The offering affirmation is on the screen, and we'll say it together. I live in
an abundant universe.
I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am a center of prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift with gratitude and joy. I know that I give, I receive. So it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Everybody's waiting on a revolution. Lift the veil up from the grand illusion. I think first it's gonna take a revelation. Shift our minds and consciously awaken to the positivity. Human beings should be full of love and light and inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, higher, higher. When I was young, I looked for love in empty places. I got myself into some situations. Now I've grown, I know my past does not define me, and all the love I could ever need is here inside of me. It took so long for me to see it was waiting here for me. Yeah. The creation. Take responsibility for your conditions, and don't forget the power of your own volition. There is joy just as there is pain. They are one in the same. Yeah. It's a choice you choose to make. Choose to vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, 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 yeah. Whoa. I am love, I am light, I am inner peace. You are love, you are light, you are inner peace. Come on, yeah. We are love, we are light, we are inner peace. You got to be the love, be the light, be the inner peace.
Oh, thank you, Ginger. I love that song. I love having you with us. It's what a treat. What an absolute treat. Although it seems like you're probably going to stay in South Dakota. It seems you got
Right now.
you got peeps there for now. Oh,
I
it's
do.
wonderful to
New
have you here.
peeps.
And so for everybody else, let's go ahead and end with a cacophony. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. I will remind you once again that on Memorial Day weekend, if you have the day off tomorrow, then take a moment to put your attention to something that's memorable, something that is helpful, something that has goodness. And for now, I invite you to repeat after me. I am love.
I am
I am
love.
love.
I am light.
I am
light.
I am inner peace.
I am inner peace.
And let the light shine.
Let the light shine.
Let the love flow.
Let love flow.
I claim the peace right now.
I claim the peace right now.
And so it is.
So it is. Yay. Beautiful.
Awesome service, great meditation.